polar bear is the largest extant species of bear and land carnivore, making it one of the most dangerous creatures on the planet. But have you ever wondered where the polar bear stands among other bears when it comes to strength? That's the question we're going to be answering in today's video, as we dive deep into the jaw-dropping strength and ultimate physique of polar bears, comparing them to their closest relatives. We'll take a look at the immense size, menacing bite force, speed, and hunting techniques, determining the strengths of these vicious creatures. So without further ado, let's begin. The polar bear and the Kodiak bear differ drastically, and one of the most prominent differences is their size. Adult male Kodiak bears reach weights that exceed 1,500 pounds, while the size of the polar bear ranges from 300 to 1,300 pounds. When it comes to height, polar bears range from 6 to 8 feet, while Kodiak bears range from 8 to 10 feet. So in terms of size, the Kodiak bear is indeed dominant. Habitat is a crucial factor when it comes to shaping the characteristics of bears. The Kodiak bear resides in the dense forests and alpine meadows of the Kodiak archipelago, which is an environment that requires different adaptations, which include sharp claws for climbing and digging, and strong limbs for navigating the rugged terrain. Polar bears come with claws that are suited for life on the sea ice. Their claws are much shorter and stockier as compared to those of most other bear species. The claws of the polar bear are well suited for gripping on slippery surfaces of ice. They also play a major role in providing traction while walking, running, or hunting. They also act as a great advantage to the polar bear during swimming, as it reduces resistance in the water. On the other hand, Kodiak bears inhabit a more terrestrial environment that includes dense forests and varied terrain. Due to such an environment, they have long and curved claws. Both the length and curvature of the claws helps in gripping and tearing apart tree bark to prey on insects or catching fish in rivers. So though the Kodiak bear may be large, it cannot match the menacing aggression of the polar bear, whose sharp claws help it retain its title as the deadliest bear alive. Up against the polar bear is none other than the American black bear. These creatures are found in numerous ecosystems that include forests, swamps, and mountainous regions. Apart from North America, the American black bear is seen in countries such as Canada and Mexico. In terms of size, the polar bear stands as the larger species, while the American black bear is a smaller species, with adult males having a weight that ranges from 150 to 600 pounds and a length of about 5 to 6 feet. Well, this means that it will take about 5 black bears to match the weight of one polar bear. You heard that right. But as you know, size isn't everything. So let's check out how the American black bear scores when it comes to their bite force. The American black bear's bite force disappoints us, as it is significantly lower compared to that of the polar bear, with a range of 300 to 700 psi. This is primarily because the American black bear follows an omnivorous diet, which consists of berries, nuts, and insects. This means that such a diet does not require the same level of jaw strength as that of a polar bear, which feeds on large creatures such as seals, walruses, and belugas. Now, you might wonder what exactly the American black bear is good for. The answer is speed and agility. The American black bear can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour when running. Though black bears are considered to be opportunistic hunters, they don't usually rely less on ambush tactics as compared to polar bears. When compared to polar bears, American black bears are less aggressive and can be more adaptable when it comes to their social structure. The social structure of this creature involves some populations being more solitary and others being more social. Till now, we've compared the polar bear to existing bear creatures. But what if we flip the pages to make something extinct? That would be a whole other tale. Here, we bring you the extinct short-faced bear, where we see whether the descendant is as powerful as the ancestor. Considering the bite force of both of these creatures, you might be surprised to know that the short-faced bear held a significant advantage. The polar bear has a bite force of 1,200 psi, whereas the short-faced bear has an estimated bite force of 1,500 psi. The short-faced bear is considered to have been a carnivore with an omnivorous diet. This means that the bear would have consumed both animal and plant matter. The large size and powerful build of the bear suggest its preference for substantial prey, which might have included large herbivores such as bison, horses, and even mammoths. When it comes to size, the short-faced bear is considerably larger than the polar bear. When it stood on its hind legs, the short-faced bear could achieve heights of up to 12 feet, which is significantly high when compared to the polar bear's maximum height of 10 feet. Speed is an important factor when determining the strength of two creatures. And though the short-faced bear has a massive size, it is believed to have been a relatively fast runner, with a capacity to reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. This speed would play a major role when chasing down prey on the open grasslands it inhabited during the Pleistocene period. There's no doubt that the short-faced bear boasts a dangerous bite force and a much larger size. However, the polar bear's adaptations to the extreme environment of the Arctic, which include its specialized swimming abilities, do not fail to highlight its unique strengths. The question is, how can we determine the superiority between the polar bear and the short-faced bear? The superiority lies in the context of their encounters, and even though both of these species are formidable predators, their evolutionary adaptations suit drastically different environments. Such a difference could undoubtedly influence the outcomes of a confrontation. Imagine a scenario where the short-faced bear stumbles onto the polar bear's home ground in the Arctic. Well, what do you think would happen? Here, the odds will certainly favor the polar bear, because the short-faced bear, which is a creature that evolved for the grasslands and open terrain of the Pleistocene, will find itself at a clear disadvantage in the Arctic. Its larger size and robust build cannot perform well in icy realms such as the Arctic. The polar bear can be considered to be on par with its ancestor, which thrived in a period far more dangerous than today. In simple words, the polar bear is an apex predator that demands fear. The grizzly bear is one of the most common bears on the planet, and a showdown between this creature and the polar bear is going to be quite exciting. So can this beast keep up with the polar bear? To start with, both of these creatures possess powerful jaws. The polar bear's powerful bite is adapted for capturing and consuming its primary prey. The bear comes with sharp, conical teeth that allow it to crush through the thick blubber and tough skin of marine animals. On the other hand, we have the grizzly bear, which follows an omnivorous diet and relies on a robust bite force to process a variety of foods. This includes plant matter, fish, and small to large mammals. The grizzly bear's bite force comes at around 1160 psi, which is quite close to that of the polar bear, which is ranked at 1200 psi. The polar bear has a much larger size than the grizzly bear. An adult grizzly bear weighs about 1,200 pounds and has a height of about 9 feet. Despite their massive builds, both of these creatures are agile, but the difference is that the polar bear's streamlined body and powerful limbs are specially adapted for executing efficient movement across the ice. They can reach jaw-dropping speeds of up to 6 miles per hour in water. Grizzly bears are more terrestrial and can reach about 30 miles per hour on land. Well, if a polar bear and a grizzly bear were to fight against each other on land, the polar bear would secure the advantage. So the polar bear has topped all of the bears to show how strong it is. And in your opinion, is there any other bear to challenge this beast? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.